Hello.
Hello. It's one of yours.
It is one of mine. And I have a murder for us today.
Ooh.
And a possible ghost story.
Ooh, 2 in 1.
Yeah. So I'm taking us to the German part of the Russian Empire in 1889.
Ooh.
The date and month are unknown, but this is where Sophia was born.
Ooh.
She emigrated to the United States. I don't know when, as all the sources I read through basically all said the same thing. So I don't know her name when she was before she was married. I just know her married name.
So it could be she's gone there for sort of a new life, so everything before could be a bit sketchy anyway.
Yeah. So she ended up in Harvey in North Dakota. I don't know if this was her end goal or she just ended up there because I think there's a lot of German immigrants to that part of the US. She married Hugo Eberlein, I believe it's pronounced, who is a well-known businessman in Harvey, and they had 2 daughters together, and they are Lillian and Alice. Again, I don't know the date of their birth.
Okay.
It's very frustrating.
So everything seems to be going well for her for now, shall we say?
For now. But then...
It takes a turn.
It does. Hugo, unfortunately, died in 1928.
Under suspicious circumstances?
No idea.
Oh, okay.
Again, I don't know what from. As it's the 1920s, I'm assuming Sophia possibly needs to get married again, whether it's her choice or not, or seeing as Hugo was a businessman, he might have been successful and she might not have needed.
Yeah.
But in the end, she ended up getting married again.
Okay.
And this is where Jacob Bentz comes in.
Okay.
Now, there's no reports on this marriage, but as it's ended up in an episode, you can guess it didn't end well.
Ah.
Yes. So Bentz may have been a violent man, as one night he bludgeoned Sophia to death while she slept.
Might have been. I would suggest that he is.
Just that, yeah. Well, he might have just had. He might have just snapped one night and then just you know,
a random episode.
You don't know. He cleaned up the crime. He cleaned up the scene of the crime and tried to make Sophia's death look like a car accident.
Okay.
He was almost successful.
Oh.
He could have gotten away with it if it wasn't for meddling Lillian.
Oh.
Or would he? Lillian came to her mother's house to help with the funeral, but she discovered blood in the house and reported this to the police. So Mr. Bentz didn't clean up as good as he thought, and so he admitted the crime during the investigation and was sentenced to life in prison. He died in 1944.
Okay. In prison?
Yes.
Okay.
According to Wikipedia, in 1990, a new library was built on the site of the former house where she was bludgeoned to death. According to author William Jackson, the librarian's office is built directly over the site where Sophia's bedroom was. Jackson began working in the library in the old Eberlein house, and he found himself the victim of cold chills, moving furniture, and the glimpsed sight of the manifestation of the murdered Sophia.
I don't know why.
Also, he claims...
Oh, okay. I'll let you finish.
That's it. I've just...
Okay. I was going to say, I don't know why, but it's just making me think... I know it's not in a bathroom, but I'm thinking like Moaning Myrtle. I don't know why that's in my head. She's
Maybe.
Just floating sad and crying in the aisles of the books.
I kind of... just now, reading it through, I kind of got the idea that because he's an author, he may have...
Oh, she's fictional. Like, he's added to it.
That about the ghost story. She's definitely dead. I've seen like her grave.
Yeah.
I've seen like reports of like newspaper clippings.
Stories of her
being
in the
a
library.
ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would make a good story.
It would make a good story, but this is like, I didn't find much on it, and I thought this was much longer than I ended up being. It's not long.
Oh, well, that's okay. It's, I don't know. I think, maybe the ghosty thing, I think he's seen an opportunity there. He's probably read a newspaper article. Yeah. And seen it as an opportunity to write a clever little spooky story.
Yes, and it kind of reminded me of a certain author who may embellish or, I was going to say embezzle, plagiarize.
Yes. His own work as well as others. Especially
because he's saying he's an author, but I don't believe I've ever heard of this man. But he might not have been well known in the 1990s. So
true.
Because he
might not have been that successful.
Maybe. But then again, if you publish any kind of work, you are technically a writer/author, aren't you?
Yeah. And there's a lot of it out there, so it's very difficult to stand out sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I might just shit on
a quite a good author.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I will look at... Let's
it's
look you up.
Is he dead?
I think he's still alive.
Oh, right, I can say if not, his ghost
up.
might be coming for you, Natasha.
Well, to be fair, he might have had some experiences. Because, like, I suppose you would, wouldn't you?
But is it more in your head? I don't know. I think I'm still too sceptical about these sort of things.
Maybe. Yeah, but then, like, going back to our other cases that we're doing at the minute, you don't have any stories that you can go back to, whereas I have experienced stuff.
Yeah, nothing scary's happened to me. I think I'm just too rational about everything.
Yeah.
Just like everyone else be with me. Like, oh no, that's scary. It's fine. It's Bob.
It's Bob. There's some William Jacksons, but there's quite a few William Jacksons.
It's quite a common name.
Yes. Ooh,
Maybe we'll have to read his scary stories if he's written any more. We'll have to have a look.
There's a British author who writes LGBTQ plus horror fiction.
Oh.
But seeing as this happened in North Dakota, I'm assuming it's not the same man.
Okay.
There's quite a few.
Maybe he had to move away. The ghost was that bad.
Maybe. Some on audible.
I'm still a bit confused. How was he going to make it look like a car? Obviously, he was going to put her in a car, but...
Yeah, that was weird. And also the police didn't, like, really investigate until the daughter got involved for the funeral.
Because obviously he's got to clean up the house, which he obviously didn't do properly.
He thought he did a good job.
Yeah. Then he's got to get her in the car, but then he's got to drive the car somewhere. So he's got to, like, put her on the passenger seat, drive the car out to wherever, then put her in the driver's seat and make it look like a crash. It seems like a lot of effort. Could he not just pretend he came home and found her like that?
Oh, yeah.
Surely that would have been easier.
Well, some people do, like, crash their car on purpose so it looks like a car accident, but they, like, deliberately make it so, like, the passenger side gets the most affected.
Yeah.
So he might have just left her in the passenger side and then just drove into a tree. Strange.
Interesting.
Because there's a true case that's just wrapped up in America where this teenager, it's apparently like she deliberately drove her car into a building, I think, and she killed her boyfriend and his friend, but she survived. Oh. But like people think she was like murder-suicide because she was very controlling in that relationship. She didn't like anyone. Okay. So they thought she was trying to kill herself because no one else could have him.
Right, okay.
But she survived and then she was perfectly fine and then everything. And then she was like, oh, I don't remember anything of the accident. And then she was trying to get modelling contracts literally just while she was still in the hospital. So it's very suspicious.
Yeah. She doesn't seem overly concerned.
No.
Given the
but it's fine. She forgot about it.
Okay.
Or she blacked out and she's not sure like what happened. But yes.
Maybe I have to have a look at that one as well. Is that it for today?
I guess so. I can't make this episode any longer, I don't think.
Okay. Well, in that case, in the meantime,
keep creeping.
And we'll keep digging.